in Cincinnati, where the Cleveland Browns have jumped to a 19-16 lead on the Cincinnati Bengals. The young quarterback for the Browns, Eric Zaire, 18-yard touchdown pass to Rison, 19-16 Cleveland in the lead. In Pittsburgh, it's a final now. The Steelers over Jacksonville, 24-7. Steeler defense sacked Jacksonville quarterback Mark Brunell 6 times today as the Steelers improve to 4-4 and the Jaguars fall to 3-6. In Atlanta, Dallas beat the Falcons today, 28-13. Early in the third quarter, Troy Aikman looked deep, finds Michael Irvin. Great catch by Irvin, who outleaps Anthony Phillips. 43-yard touchdown. Dallas lead 21-10. 21-13 in the fourth. Deion Sanders came in for a couple of plays on offense. Aikman goes for it all. Sanders with a dive and can't get it. He did catch a pass for 6 yards today. Near the end of the game, Jeff George and June Jones with a heated exchange. Not a good day at all for the Falcons. They fall to 5-3. The Cowboys improve to 7-1. The final, Dallas 28 and Atlanta 13. In Philadelphia, the Eagles lead St. Louis 20-9. In Indianapolis, this one went down to the wire. The Colts survived. They beat the Jets 17-10. Indianapolis now 5-3 on the year. The Jets fall to 2-7. And in New England, the Patriots late in the game are trailing the Carolina Panthers. It's a 17-10 Panthers lead. Back we go to Miami and Arizona. We'll see you at halftime with scores and highlights from around the NFL.
A week ago in New York, highly touted Miami suffered another indignant loss. Their third straight defeat, upset by the Jets. They fall a game and a half behind Buffalo. But what a difference a week makes. Monday night, Buffalo loses star running back Thurman Thomas in a defeat to New England. Miami then trailing Buffalo by only 1 game. Then in midweek, the Dolphins' incomparable quarterback Dan Marino announces he's able to return. Who better than Marino to lead Miami out of their slump today? If so, the Dolphins are back in a share of first place. 75,000 at Joe Robbie Stadium on this pre-Halloween Sunday to see one of the best rivalries in the National Football League. The Buffalo Bills and Miami Dolphins go at it again. Hello, everyone. Dick Enberg along with Phil Simms and Paul McGuire. When you hear words like huge game, a mammoth game, you think about sportscasters, not coaches, but boy, they're looking at it this way.
Dick, I don't know if I've ever seen a more important game in the middle of the season for two teams. Think about this for a second. If the Miami Dolphins win this football game, there's a 3-way tie between Indy, Buffalo, and Miami. But if Buffalo wins this football game, they get 1 in hand against Indy and also 2 up on the Miami Dolphins.
Now, the legendary coach here, Don Shula, the winningest coach ever, and you could go on through his bio, but never has he spent a week like this one. The fans and the press here in South Florida have marinated and barbecued Shula.
Well, the good news for Don Shula, help is on the way. Dan Marino, number 13, their star quarterback, will play today. And over those 2 weeks, he didn't gain weight. It's just a little extra padding he has there to help his hip injury. There's 2 reasons why the Miami Dolphins need to run the ball today. 1, Dan Marino is still not 100%. And 2, they're starting a rookie right tackle today, making his first start, Billy Milner. And what a tough assignment it is to come in and try to pass protect against one of the best pass rushing defenses in the NFL.
Miller in for Ron Heller, who's had knee surgery. How about this new look Buffalo defense?
Well, you know, Dick, yesterday we had a chance to talk to Bruce Smith. He said, I've been around for 11 years, but for 10 years I've been knocking on management's door. Get me a comparable pass rusher on the other side of the line. Well, they went out and did that. They got this man, Bryce Pop. 7 sacks. He's only half a sack off the lead. This guy has picked up this defense, and as Phil said, this is one of the best defenses in the National Football League.
There's the handsome Pop from Scranton, Iowa, a farm kid. That he's making more money this year than his family's made in their entire lifetime, and he's saving it too. Here's a man that needs a win desperately, and that's an awkward position for this great coach of the Miami Dolphins. 3 consecutive losses, so much build-up, so many new players acquired, the hope's so high here in Florida. Win your first 4 games, and then 3 losses by a total of 7 points. Shula, at midweek, didn't look his age at all. He looked 85 years of age. It's been a very tough 6 days for him, and a win would just bring everything right back.
Well, you know, Dick, and we were talking to Shula. He just said he's so disappointed in his football team because they haven't played well.
Steve Christie, oh, does he root that one deep into the end zone, and Miami will start the game on their 20-yard line. Let's take a look at the Dolphins offense, and of course the big addition is Marino, and here are the men responsible for his protection. Webb and Sims, all pro left side. Ruddy, Gray, and Milner for Heller, and he'll be tested. Marino starts with Parmalee and Byers in the backfield. Fryer's been quiet of late, and there are a lot of questions wondering why. O.J. McDuffie at the other wide out, and Ronnie Williams the tight end. In the 3 wide, the veteran Gary Clark with his 600-plus catches comes in. But this is the man. Make no doubt about that. Last 7 games without Marino, 7 defeats Miami. Parmalee. And he's able to burrow for 3, maybe 4 against the blue jersey Buffalo Bills, who align this way defensively. Hanson's having a big season. Ted Washington and the super player Bruce Smith. Bryce Pop. Not many folks around the country know much about him, but he is having an all-pro year so far. Brown, a new starter. Bennett and Rogers, the other backers. Burris and Smith at the corners, and Jones and Scholes, the safeties. Those are 2 rookies that come in at in the dime, Kerner and Irvin, 2 young cornerbacks for Wade Phillips' defense. Look at the shifting, and a lot of that is just to get the right man on Milner. Close to a first down as Parmalee brought down by Bennett at the 29. 3rd and 1.
Here you see the Buffalo defense. Look at it running around here. They're expecting the tight end to come across, and he doesn't come. Bryce Pop trying to get to the side of the tight end. They keep him over there. Dan Marino does a good job of checking off and trying to stay away from Bryce Pop. Comes back and runs to the side with the bubble where Cornelius Bennett is. That's what they want to do.
Again, it's Parmalee and the former Ball State star with what would be a first down, but you saw the yellow flag fly, and it was thrown by the umpire. Our referee today, Howard Rowe. And it's against Miami. Elijah Pitts. He's now 57.
Holding. Number 72 offense. 10-yard penalty. Repeat 3rd down.
From Philander Smith, he left school. They dropped the football program. 13th round pick of the Green Bay Packers. Part of Vince Lombardi's great legacy up in Wisconsin. One of the absolute nicest men I've ever met in this sport, Elijah Pitts. And why he has not been a head coach before this Marv Levy's operation makes a lot of us wonder. So Marino set a 3rd and 1, then a first down, now 3rd and 11 after the holding penalty. Dumps it off underneath. O.J. McDuffie gets across the 30 and a first down. Bennett and Jones with the tackle. McDuffie knew where he had to go for the first down.
A good job right there of Dan Marino getting protection. You see Bruce Smith trying to shoot the gap right there. Jim Jeffcoat bowling over his guys. Dan Marino stepping up, just gets it off before Bryce Pop comes around unblocked to make the tackle. Good job of stepping up by Dan Marino making the throw.
Byers shifts left, leaving Parmalee behind Marino, and then the tight end Williams in motion. Marino, that quick shot batted away by Bruce Smith. Smith with 3 sacks this year and 11 pressures to lead the Bills with 11.
One thing you can't do, you can't throw the ball through Bruce Smith. He's just too big and too tall. Watch this. He gets that arm up, times it perfectly. Richmond Webb is there trying to block him, but if you don't get him down low to get him down, he's going to knock the ball away.
One thing Richmond Webb told us yesterday, Bruce Smith, very smart, reads the quarterback's drops, formations. He sees a quick pass, he's ready to jump up and knock it down.
Yep, too big, too tall, and too smart.
And too good.
It's not fair.
Send him to a higher league.
Yeah, that's right.
On 2nd down and 10, Marino with time finds the open man, and it's Parmalee out of the backfield, and he's out of bounds at the 40, a yard shy of the first down.
You know, the one thing I don't understand about this guy, and I've watched him for years, Dan Marino, and it's amazing how he sees these people. Watch all of the people that are in his face. Here he is back there, Phil, and all of a sudden that little opening step, and he steps up into it. He does it better than anyone I've ever seen.
He really does, and the linemen know that. They know where he's going to be. Dan does a good job of moving right, left, and then stepping up, helping his offensive lineman out. That's the reason why he's never sacked.
Monty Brown, starting for Marlo Perry, made the tackle on the play. For the first down to the 42.5. But we saw Marino is hardly nimble. He's not very fast. He is quick, but he knows how to maneuver in the pocket and help his blockers.
To do it when you get pressure as a quarterback in the pocket is to step up. Let me show you how. Sit, go. You go back. You feel the pressure. Don't go out. Step up. Now your blocker has his man out of the way.
And Phil Simms, using the Dolphins out at the practice this week to protect him. He was, he was a little nervous there. He didn't know who might be after him.
Well, and he threw a bad pass after he stepped up. That's the worst part.
I had Richmond Webb protecting me. I was not worried.
Goes deep, and what a catch by Parmalee to the 31 of Buffalo. A 26-yard gain.
They get the match they wanted. Now, Marino takes a shot from Cornelius Bennett after he throws the football. Here it comes in here. Well, it's not all that bad. But, that's Ted Washington, not Cornelius Bennett. But Bryce Popp, they get the match they want. They get Popp out on Parmalee. Look at this throw and catch.
What a good job by Marino standing in there. And you're right, Bernie Parmalee on Bryce Popp in the open field is a matchup the Dolphins would love to get today, all day in man coverage.
So 3 first downs on this opening drive of the game for Miami, and they sit now at the Buffalo 31. And time called by Marino as he ran out on the play clock. And as yet no score, and Miami threatens early. Just things on the sidelines. Let's go back to Phil Simms. Another little move. Marino helps himself to get clear for the pass and his blockers.
The most common mistake quarterbacks make when they step up in the pocket is to step up and turn their shoulders parallel to the line of scrimmage. Now all they can do is throw little short passes over the middle. What you should do, and what Dan Marino does, is he steps up, keeps his shoulders parallel to the sideline. Now he can throw the ball anywhere around the field. That's what makes him so effective in the pocket and when he steps up.
And you'll be able to appreciate more of Marino's many talents. That being a very important part is Parmalee, who has been the workhorse on this opening drive, able to gain only a yard. Bruce Smith around his ankles, and then plenty of help. It'll be 2nd and 9. But the truth of the matter is, if Phil liked that, the ball in the hand, he's kind of reliving all of his giant glory. But it was a different story when he was under pressure. He didn't look quite so Marino-like. Did you notice that?
Oh, and he'll duck away and throw an interception at a heartbeat. How about Simms?
We'll show you that if time permits after this play. 2nd and 9. Terry Kirby into the lineup for Parmalee. McDuffie in motion. Fake to Kirby. Underneath. Through the hands of Irving Fryer, who won't drop many of those. Well, just to complete our whole package, let's just see.
Well, look at Fryer. This ball hits Fryer right in the hands. And do you see his head, Phil, at the end? He turned to look to run. You got to catch the ball first before you go anywhere.
One thing I've noticed so far, Paul, in a couple of balls that Dan Marino's thrown down the field, they're going into a pretty good breeze here today. The quarterbacks all had trouble throwing the ball in the directions he's going right now. So I think it's actually moved the ball a little, and the receivers are having a hard time adjusting to it.
On 3rd and 9, 4 wide receivers, McDuffie, Clark, Fryer, and Randall Hill. Down the middle, wide open, Gary Clark.
Oh, man.
Beautiful job there. You're right, Paul.
We're sitting there looking at protection, and Phil, look at this protection.
All he does, he stands there, he keeps looking over the field. Watch Dan Marino's eyes right here. He's going to look left, he keeps looking left, nothing's open. He shows patience, looks down the middle, and there's Gary Clark wide open.
I mean, you got to find a guy. Look at these guys. They got him right at the line of scrimmage. The defensive line and linebackers haven't moved. There's Clark, he's open. There's first down. They're at the 10-yard line. That's beautiful.
Clark, who's looking for his 11th consecutive year with 50 catches or more. That was his 18th. It's not 1st and goal, just outside the 10. And it's Parmalee digging for a yard and a half into the center of that Buffalo defense, where Sam Rogers led the charge. Talk about Phil Simms. Yeah, let's put a little pressure on him. See what he does then.
So you want to step up, but always be alert that you could get pressure from inside, so you got to get rid of the ball quick. Set, go.
What about
Feel the pressure. Whoa. But he's old and slow, and I can get away from him.
Man, he thought that was a trick-or-treater gone berserk. You know, a madman.
I could have dropped him in a heartbeat.
Paul will admit, you were pretty quick. I was surprised.
Second down and 9 into the end zone. Touchdown, no. For a moment, it was Ronnie Williams, the tight end. Had it, juggled it, couldn't quite pull in as Kurt Scholes, number 24, knocked it away.
They end up with two guys in the same spot. Ronnie Williams is there, and Marino throws this ball. It's almost a double catch. Here's the ball, goes up in the air, back out, but he gets hit, and that's just good defense by Brown. But you know, there were two wide receivers in the same area. That's not the design, I hope.
No, it wasn't. The wide receiver got pushed so far down inside, Paul. He actually almost got in the way of the tight end, who had a chance to be wide open down the middle.
Long time consuming drive, and now third down and 9. Having to hurry, and did he get it off in time? The flag is down.
You know, I think he got the ball off in time, because I was looking at the play clock and there was 1 second, but there may be some motion.
Prior to the snap, we got a false start on number 78 offense. 5-yard penalty. Repeat third down.
There was more than one false start. Referee Rowe got a piece of Bruce Smith's hand in his face.
Yeah, watch right here. Here's the penalty right here. You'll see Richmond Webb move just before the snap. You see O.J. McDuffie coming across, and right there, just trying to get a little jump on that man named Bruce Smith.
Look at the bottom line. 1995, this Miami team known for being the club that had the least penalties each year, almost perennially, but 7.1 penalties per game for Shula this year. That disturbs him, one of the many things that bothers him. Now 3rd and 14, 15 for a touchdown. Into the flat. Pryor. Did it go out of bounds? Yes. Twisted out by Henry Jones at the 6-yard line. And that brings up 4th down and brings in Pete Stoyanovich.
You kick, you put points on the board early in the game, 7:51 in the first quarter. I mean, there is just no decision. Now, if that was like 4th and maybe a half a yard or something, you might have a decision to make to keep the Buffalo Bills down here. But you kicked the field goal.
Well, the difference is the 5-yard motion penalty. They would be at the 1-yard line instead of the 6.
Great point, Dick, because, you know, and this, again, this is one of the things that really drive Shula nuts are these penalties.
24-yard attempt for Stoyanovich, who is 15 for 20 this year. And Miami on a long opening drive, consuming half of this first quarter, takes the 3-0 lead. South Florida, hot enough in the 80s today, but the humidity down and the temperature from yesterday. Dan Marino not at all pleased with getting only 3 out of that 74-yard opening drive. Stoyanovich to Yonel Jourdain from Southern Illinois. Jourdain picking his way and makes it to the 24-yard line, where he's hit by Robert Wilson. Now on comes Jim Kelly, as he said to Phil Simms. It's not the K gun, it's down to a BB gun. Athena, Brown the rookie, Hall, Ostrowski, Lucci, and a rebuild offensive line. Kelly has Derek Holmes. Boy, the names just don't jump out at you. There's no Thurman Thomas. There's no Andre Reed. There is Russell Copeland and Bill Brooks and young tight end from Florida State, Lonnie Johnson. And Justin Armour, a rookie from Stanford, comes in the 3 wide. The fake, and Kelly throws, incomplete, and no flag. Intended for Copeland. Atkins and Brown double coverage.
Right here you see the Buffalo Bills trying to get off to a good start in the passing game, but J.B. Brown, number 37, all over Russell Copeland in man coverage on the outside. Good job by J.B. Brown.
Yeah, seemed worthy of a flag, but none thrown. 2nd and 10. Kelly is using the K-gun. Johnson, the tight end to the right. A delay, and Holmes is pulled down by Marco Coleman in the backfield. Defensively for Miami, and they're they're the second-best team against the run. Cross, Big Bowens, Klingbeil, 300-pounder, and Coleman, who just made the play. Singleton, Brian Cox leads in tackles. Hollier, the other backer. Vincent has 4 intercepts. Brown at the other corner. Stewart and Atkins are joined by Smith, Buckley, and Oliver in the prevent. To Johnson, the tight end, but only to the 29, and on comes the punting unit, an 8-yard pass.
You know what I don't understand now? I'm looking at this offense, but I'm seeing no one in the backfield, so that just automatically allows all 4 defensive linemen to just blow up the field, Phil. And now you've got to throw the pass faster, and you can only hit a tight end. You can't get it downfield.
That's a good point, Paul. And also, we talked to all these Miami defensive linemen. They said they're just going to come after the ball, off the ball today, and get after the quarterback and not worry about him scrambling.
And Miami has to spend a second timeout. Did not have enough men on the field.
Oh, they got 1 too many. They got 12.
Too many. So McDuffie doing the counting. That's his responsibility. Calls time. You're watching the NFL on NBC. Westhoff not at all pleased with the penalty. 2 men on the field for the punt as Chris Moore delivering Otis James McDuffie at the other end for Miami. At the 26 and tackled immediately. You know who? Steve Tasker. 45-yard punt, a yard on the return. On comes the Buffalo Bills, and there is Bryce Popp, who played at Northern Iowa. Number 95 now in the Buffalo blue and red. More than a number, that's for certain. And in fact, when you talk about numbers, he finished in high school in Scranton, Iowa. He said, we don't even have a blinking light there. He said, we were down to 12 men on our football team when the season ended. He said, I called Iowa. I called Iowa State. They said, well, good luck, kid. No, we're really not interested.
The reason he got a scholarship because they got a farm subsidy for him.
That's right. But he played every position on the football team, too, so they only needed 12.
The give is to Parmalee. Tries the reverse and does successfully and manages a gain of about 3. Sam Rogers makes the tackle. And he talked yesterday about growing up in this farm community, and they took the boys in high school took this old chicken coop, cleaned it out, put weights in there. He said we'd work out, lift weights 9 o'clock at night, and then he said, and then we'd go out and do our running on the gravel road.
Dick, don't stop. Tell him about the bean washer. Tell him about the hogs and the hay and the bean. I mean, this took about an hour.
He brought back memories, but he was a richer farmer. They had toilets indoors where he grew.
Bean washer.
6 and 7. How about the corn spraying? You didn't bring that up. Underneath. And for short yardage to Byers, but that gives him a catch and extends his consecutive game reception streak to 120 straight games. The only running back over 100 games in a row.
You know the thing about this game, and you look at it early, and you look at Marino standing back there, and you watch all this stuff, they're not getting close to Marino.
Doing a good job so far right there. Buffalo sent 5 people trying to get pressure, but this offensive line, one thing they know, when Dan Marino's back there, they protect him as well as any quarterback in the league.
It's a long 2 from Marino out of the shotgun and throws incomplete, intended for Randall Hill, and Bruce Smith was harassing Marino. He had to unload.
Again, right there, Buffalo. Look at the people up at the line of scrimmage. You got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then you have another guy covering O.J. McDuffie as he comes across, trying to put pressure on Dan Marino, make him get rid of the ball quick. Bruce Smith comes free, but he slips right there. Something Buffalo hasn't done in the past is blitz and play man coverage. Now with these pass rushers, you see a lot of it.
See that misting device used on the sidelines to cool off the players. John Kidd hits a beauty. Jeff Burris backpedals to his 12-yard line. 15 gets a block. And a good return to the 26 for the former Notre Dame All-America. 53-yard punt. 14 on the return. 3-0 Dolphins. For these two teams, it's been a house of horrors. The initial snap, they movement early. Chuck Klingbeil was across. Was he drawn offside? We'll find out. Elijah Pitts waits the call. We go to New York for this update.
All right, Dick, at Cincinnati, David Klingler in for an injured Jeff Blake. 1-yard touchdown pass to Carl Pickens. That ties the game for the Bengals. Cincinnati and Cleveland headed for overtime at 26, Dick.
Boy, another rivalry for the Browns. The Bengals and the Steelers. Cincinnati playing so well, and so is young Derek Holmes, the rookie who played for the Vikings of Portland State last year. That was Neil Lomax's school, and Holmes rips off a first down run of 11 yards.
Boy, this is Derek Holmes at his best. He takes that ball, no hesitation, right up through there. Reuben Brown and John Fina do an excellent job of opening the hole. Good run by the Buffalo Bills.
Initial first down for Buffalo go to Carwell Gardner as that hurry-up offense of Jim Kelly and Buffalo. Let me ask you, both gentlemen, you lose two great players in the Kaga. You got Kelly, you got Andre Reed and Thurman Thomas. Of Reed and Thomas, which one is the bigger loss, do you think?
It's Andre Reed, because, I mean, on the outside, when you take a look at the receivers, they're not taken away from Copeland and Bill Brooks, but Andre Reed was the guy that would go across the middle. The guy, he was Kelly's go-to guy. When you take him out, now you have to spread around. Now the go-to guy would have been Thurman. Then after that, what did he do? When you did the lineup, Dick, they're all strangers.
Second down, throw to the sidelines, incomplete. Russell Copeland covered by J.B. Brown. He's up 3rd and 8.
But the one thing that Elijah Pitts told us yesterday, that our guys all do the same thing, so they don't think they drop off that much.
Well, you see what the contribution is of Thomas and Reed. 40% of the offense is gone. There's Andre Reed. Both men out with hamstrings. Reed's more serious than Thurman's. Kelly protected well. Finds the open man. That's the Andre Reed pattern. And it's Russell Copeland out of bounds with a first down at the Miami 47.
It's a good job by the Buffalo Bills here. One thing they love to do, they love to run men across the field. Watch Russell Copeland come across the field right there. Good job by Jim Kelly standing in that pocket, waiting to the last second and hitting the man underneath. And also a good job by Russell Copeland getting that extra yard or two he needed for the first down.
Kelly in the hurry up. Bumping, throwing over the middle, complete to the tight end, Lonnie Johnson, and Johnson bowls to the 31. Another Bills first down. 15 on that play.
One of the things that Phil Simms told me before this game, Dick, is Jim Kelly has no fear. Look at him stand in that pocket. He waits. He doesn't care. He's going to wait till his man gets open. Johnson gets open. He makes the play. They're inside the 32-yard line, but he'll take a hit.
You're right, Paul. I tell you, I asked some opposing coaches about Jim Kelly, and they said they think he likes a little punishment out there. He plays better once he gets hit. And I tell you, he never flinches in the pocket in the face of a rush.
That was Klingbeil who gave him what he wanted in the last play, and Derek Holmes vaulting forward for about 5, maybe 6 yards to the 26-yard line of the Dolphins. Klingbeil makes the tackle and comes out.
Good example right there. Jim Kelly at the line of scrimmage decides, he looks at the defense and says, oh, there's a little hole to the left. Let's give it to Derek Holmes, that rookie who runs straight ahead, full of speed, and picks up a good first down.
94, Steve Entman, former Colt, comes in for Klingbeil. Holmes cuts back and is pinned at the 24-yard line short of a first down by Michael Stewart. Brian Cox in on the play. He's the leader emotionally and in tackles of this defense and has 4.5 sacks this year.
Didn't Ken Hall told us yesterday, he said, you know, I'm looking at Cox and said, is this the same guy? He's kind of a mild-mannered guy now. But he said, when things are going wrong, he yells at everybody. Us, them, referees, makes no difference.
3rd and 2, Kelly from the shotgun. Gets it off. Incomplete and a flag down. Steve Tasker being employed as a wide receiver more with the injuries. Thomas and especially, of course, Andre Reed, and he was being held. Here to be J.B. Brown on the coverage. Now, was it a catchable ball? Perhaps that's part of the discussion.
Well, it doesn't make any difference when you're holding someone.
Howard Rowe is given the indication, and now the announcement.
number 37 defense. 5-yard penalty, first down.
What's real impressive right here, watch Derek Holmes come across and block the blitzer right here that gives Jim Kelly plenty of time to set up in there and throw the football. A rookie doing a good job of seeing the defense and picking up the blitz. Right here you see Steve Tasker, a good double move. J.B. Brown does the smart thing and holds him and prevents a touchdown.
First down from the 20. Holmes. And he's 16. Inside the 20 for about 3 yards. Holmes, of course, guilty of a couple of fumbles on Monday night that were costly, and Elijah Pitt's first game as head coach, replacing Marv Levy, who is certainly one of those watching up in Buffalo today.
You can bet he is, and I'll tell you, Marv is sitting on the edge of the seat. This guy, you watch him on the sidelines going up, chewing that gum, and when they put the camera on him, he says some things he shouldn't say.
Shakespearean.
Yeah. Shakespearean.
I love it when Marv likes to talk to those referees, and he's very good at it.
We're pleased he's doing so well. Kelly has a lot of time to change his call. As you can see, 18 seconds. Because of that hurry up, goes to Holmes on the audible, breaks a tackle and penetrates the 15, but leaves Buffalo 5 yards shy of a first down as this first quarter ticks to an end. So after one at Joe Robbie Stadium, the Miami Dolphins trying to break a 3-game losing streak. Lead Buffalo 3-0. Third down, officially 6 for the first down, just inside the 15. 3-0 Miami. Kelly incomplete to Tasker.
Boy, was that good pass defense. I mean, they had man-on-man on Brooks, Lonnie Johnson. They covered man-to-man, and they just waited for Tasker to come underneath the middle. There were 3 guys in there.
So Don Shula sees Buffalo come out to try to tie it with a short field goal from Steve Christie, who is 15 for 19, almost the same percentage as Stoyanovich of Miami. 33 yards. And it's even. 33-yard field goal by Steve Christie. Knots it up early in the second. Mazzola here with Paul McGuire and Phil Simms. I'm going on a diet tomorrow.
Oh, there you go.
How come Paul doesn't have any wrinkles?
That's what I want to know. Look at this right here. No wrinkles anywhere on his face, and me and Dick, we look like hound dogs. We got so many wrinkles.
Well, I'll tell you, look at that picture. I felt like that the other morning.
McDuffie will take the ball at the 20-yard line. Who says happy Halloween? Let's go to New York.
All right, Dick, it's all over in Foxborough. Carolina's John Casey from 29 yards out in overtime. A little bit of history. First time an expansion team has ever won 3 straight, and a miserable season for Bill Parcells continues. The Patriots are now 2-6, 20-17 Panthers in OT, Dick.
Wow. All right, wow. Greg. Boy, the expansion teams have really made it tough on some coaches this year.
Dom Capers doing a wonderful job, and I tell you what's getting everybody, his defense and all that blitzing he brought from Pittsburgh is causing problems for every team they play.
Caught in the backfield, Bryce Pop crashing through. Pop, who was knocked dizzy, said last week's Monday night game was like a dream. He said he was hitting the head, couldn't remember anything for a couple days.
But watch him right here, just goes right inside the tight end Williams and just makes the tackle. You got to be ready. One thing about Bryce Pop that catches everybody's surprise, even the Buffalo coaching staff, how quick and how fast he can get up the field.
Leads the team in tackles, 55. Leads in forced fumbles with 3. Leads in sacks with 7. And last week had a blocked field goal and a fumble recovery against New England. Marino batted in the air and caught by the tight end Williams. Ronnie Williams brings it down. No, they say he didn't hang on. He was juggling when he hit the ground. Boy, that was the kind of ball that you see a blue jersey wrap up and head the other way.
Well, Perry watching it, 58, Marlon Perry's going to pull the ball out. Here's the ball is tipped. Who else? Bryce Pop. Why not? Just put it up in the air. And here's Williams. Now, see, he really doesn't have control of it. Marlon Perry's there. The ball is not in control in his hand. And the official standing right there. That's an excellent call.
Right there, Dan Marino checked off to that play. Buffalo very smart on a blitz. They're reading the quick drops with the linemen and getting their hands up on the outside to stop that quick passing game.
3rd and long for Marino. Safety blitz. Schultz picked up. Throw to the sideline. And a catch by Fryer right at the yardstick. It's going to be close.
Well, this is just good defense by good offense here. You'll see Scholes coming up the middle. They got everybody covered inside. But watch here at the last second. The Miami line picks up the blitzer. Marino again steps up, anticipates the throw, and throws it in the only good spot out there. You'll see Irving Fryer working man-to-man against Jeff Burris and does a good job in one adjustment, going down low. The only place you can throw the ball in that type of situation.
And he made the first down by inches. Back to throw again. Marino hit and fumbles the ball. No, they're going to say he was down. No fumble. It was Ted Washington, whose daddy played 10 years in the National Football League. Ted Washington Sr. with the Houston Oilers as a linebacker, and Ted, a former 49er, paying a dividend.
Comes out of Denver. This is one of the guy Wade Phillips wanted. And Ted Washington, look at this. He just runs over people on Parmley's one on Wade and Marino. And when Marino sees stuff like this, you can hold these guys out for a while, but you've got to do it for the entire ball game. There's Ted Washington there. But watch what he does. Not only does he go through the line of scrimmage, but now up comes Parmley. That's no match at all because no one really blocked him at the line.
Yeah, that's right. There had to be a blown blocking assignment right there.
And Marino angry again. He's now exercised all 3 timeouts. Nothing left for the end of this half. Tied at 3.
Get an edge on life. Be all you can be. And by the Pepsi-Cola Company, who reminds you that nothing else is a Pepsi.
Welcome back. Miami Marino blue sky overhead, and Marino's eyes fiery today. All 3 timeouts spent. Buffalo did a good job, though, of bringing up a lot of folks, didn't they, Phil? 2nd and 21. And Marino under pressure again, and Pop has him. Bryce Pop with Phil Hansen. They may share that sack.
Now, I'm going to tell you one thing. They only came with 4. And Bryce Pop happened to be one of them. But the 4 that came, all got there. Number 90 is Hansen. Pop is 95. Washington 77. And Bruce Smith goes around. And then there's these 2 guys sitting in his face. I mean, that's a 4-man rush.
Yeah, he's working against the rookie Billy Miller right there. But what happens, Paul, you're right. Bruce Smith forced him up. And then Billy Miller just got bull rushed by Bryce Pop. And Dan has nowhere to go.
That'll put him right near the top, if not on the top of the NFL sack masters. Bryce Pop.
Oh, no.
And now motion, and things disintegrating as it has the last 3 weeks for Miami, and some of the fans grumble.
To the snap.
Chris Gray.
False start on number 62 offense. 5-yard penalty. Repeat 3rd down.
Dick, there's no excuse for this. You've got to pay attention. If you were in someone else's ballpark, I can understand it. But it's quiet enough here so you'll be able to see. Number 62, the right, Chris Gray. Look at this guy moving. I mean, nobody else is moving. You've got to know you're doing something wrong.
Paul, they're feeling the pressure. These guys pushing them back in the backfield, so they're trying to anticipate more than usual. This Buffalo defensive front has really got them reeling and worried right now.
3rd down and over 30. Little screen to Terry Kirby, and Kirby crawls out to the 12-yard line, and Bruce Smith makes the tackle, and Marino is as mad as many of the fans in Miami.
I mean, yeah, you're going to boo, folks, but there's not a whole lot of you can do down in this part of the field. I mean, you got 3rd and forever, and people want him to go for a first down. You can't make a mistake here. Kick it away and count on your defense to try to hold them.
Absolutely right. I mean, let's don't get Dan Marino killed right here early in the 2nd quarter. Those kind of situations, just try to get a few yards punt and try to play field position.
John Kidd punting from his 2. Another beautiful high spiral. Jeff Burris at his 36. Nearly fumbled and tackled at the 49-yard line by Bernie Parmalee, and also in on the play was Michael Stewart. 52 on the punt, 15 for Burris on the return.
So Marino looked like, did I come back a week too early?
I tell you what, he's a little unfortunate because on Monday night, Buffalo's defense didn't rush the passer as well as they're accustomed to, and they even made comments. They got to make up for it this week, and they're getting after the Miami offensive line.
Phil, I think one of the things he's upset about it, these guys aren't hearing his calls. He's making a call. He's reading. He's saying numbers. He said, hey, pay attention to what this guy's saying to you. Don't let's not get him killed.
First down at the Miami 49, tied at 3. Kelly dumps it off to Holmes, and the running back gets back to the line of scrimmage and smothered by quartet of Dolphins led by Chris Singleton. Holmes, who grew up in Pasadena, California, went to Muir High School there, famed for its athletic production. Anthony Miller, Chad Brown, Ricky Irvins, all in the NFL currently, and Derek Holmes, all from Muir High School.
He was a little upset when we talked to Derek yesterday. He still wants to return, even though, you know, he should. He's their star now. He's the guy that's going to be running the ball. You can't have him returning.
Kelly taking his time and gives it to Holmes again, and Holmes greeted in the backfield and dropped for a loss. Brian Cox finished it off.
Boy, I'm going to tell you one thing. Marco Coleman is there. Nobody blocks Marco Coleman 90 going down. Fina pulls, he goes along the line of scrimmage. But look at Brian Cox. That move he made when he committed himself to the runner. Here it comes. Coleman here. Now watch Cox. He's going to be the guy that's going to end up in the face. And man, I'm going to tell you, that is a great tackle and great hustle.
And his mom, Nancy Williams, in St. Louis, will be proud that she has trouble watching the games, has to take medicine. 3rd and long for Kelly. Dumps it short to Holmes. And he gets what he can to the 46, where it'll be 3rd and 7. And on comes the punting team.
Now, all of that booing that they did, Dick, see what happens? You got a punter-like kid that gets him out of trouble, a defense that played well, and now they're going to get the ball back.
What a change, though. Buffalo, Miami, all the past years, we expect to see high scoring. And now Buffalo changed it around their defense, and Miami's defense coming out and playing with a little more emotion today and playing well.
Yeah, that's a good point. 28 points, often not good enough to win in this series. High kick by Moore. Was great hang time anyway. McDuffie, fair catch at the 14. And that's where Miami will start, tied at 3 when we return. The opening drive of the game, Marino took Miami down 74 yards, but had to settle for a 24-yard Stoyanovich field goal, and then Steve Christie answered from 33 yards to tie it for Buffalo.
You know, we talked at the beginning of the show, Dick, about how important this game is for these two teams, and not one any more than the other. This guy is not a happy camper.
Well, you can look at him right there, the concern on his face. His team is just struggling. They have for a couple weeks, and how they're going to work it out.
Myers in motion. Marino hits the slant to Irving Fryer, and that'll be good enough for a first down as we go to Greg Gumbel in New York.
All right, Dick, here's a play out of Arizona. Get you into a Halloween mood. Rick Myers' pass bounces, intercepted by Michael Bankston, returns it almost all the way, but he loses the handle. Keith McCants picks it up at the 5 and trots into the end zone. The Cardinals lead the Seahawks 14-0 in the second quarter, Dick.
All right, Greg, the old pumpkin is slippery on this weekend, as they will measure on the pass to Irving Fryer.
I'll tell you, one of the things, folks, you're going to see today, and Phil and Dick talked about it just a moment ago, is I really believe we're going to see one great defensive football game today. And it, you know, these two teams are going at each other defensively. They're very solid. Buffalo missing Andre Reed and Thurman Thomas.
I think you're right. And Paul, just saying that, missing those two, I think the Buffalo defense knows they have to step it up and force the action today to help out their offense. And like we said earlier, this is a direct change of what we've had in the past with this Buffalo team.
2nd and inches. And Marino gives to Byers, who is stuffed, but keeps his feet and backs his way across the 25 for a first down. Good effort by the veteran Byers, 255-pounder from Ohio State. They had him for a slight loss, but Byers wouldn't take any of it. He's a big film critic here, you know, in Miami. Every Sunday in the Herald here, he reviews a film. He loves to go to the movies.
He also went back in the huddle and said, that's the toughest half yard ever made.
That's right.
That's a short subject. 8 minutes to go in the first half. Tied at 3. Marino underneath to the tight end, Ronnie Williams. And Williams, who had caught only one pass all year, gets 5 on that one.
You know, one of the things that you're seeing here with Marino and the blitzing Buffalo Bills and these guys coming is that he's got to get rid of it in a heartbeat.
Yeah, again, right there, you can see both of the strong side linebackers coming. A good job of pickup by the Miami Dolphins, but Dan Marino has to get rid of it quick underneath against this blitzing man coverage team right now.
180. Third down. We'll take a second down and 4. Parmalee, room outside. Breaks the tackle of Thomas Smith and finally out of bounds at the 46-yard line.
You know, this play, first of all, is not designed to go out there where Parmalee went. Now, he's going to be coming right into your face, and Thomas Smith, number 28, is the guy that's going to miss. The play was designed to go right. There was no hole. Parmalee ad-libs, comes to the outside. The thing that Smith has to do is don't go high on a guy that's bigger than you are. Get him around the waist and slide down his legs to stop him. Parmalee picks up the first down. That's just an excellent run.
Ernie Parmalee, one of the terrific stories in the NFL of a man who just would not hear the words no. Kept working and working, and finally a free agent signee here in Miami. And now one of their key players, although he's dropped for a loss here, is Ted Washington. Again, the big 315-pounder who played at Louisville blasts through the blocking.
Boy, Ted Washington off to a good start today. Just doing a good job of making penetration again on all the runs. And here you'll see him right here inside. Watch him just come across here, blow through the people, and make the tackle for a loss. Tim Ruddy slips off of him. Chris Gray misses him on the pickup. Good play by Ted Washington.
I think it's kind of difficult to run a sweep against a team that takes gaps.
Takes gaps, and they're too fast, Paul. This team on defense now is very fast, and it's hard to go outside against Buffalo now. Another blitz.
Marino, his receiver, one of them had fallen, Terry Kirby, but the pass was aimed over Kirby to Irving Fryer, who had also slipped down. Thomas Smith on the coverage.
Well, I'm just shocked at how much they're blitzing Dan Marino. You just don't see many teams in this league anymore that have the courage to blitz him and play man coverage against Irving Fryer and receivers like that. That time they had Marino, they had him backpedaling.
Look at this guy's face. Just watch his face, folks.
He's talking to the sideline. He's disgusted with the call right there.
Look at those eyes.
Oh.
Whoa. That's jack-o'-lantern eyes.
Halloween.
Well, third down, and down the middle he goes. Complete to McDuffie at the 29.
Oh, man. Is this a perfect pass?
Well, it really is. That was almost like he was so mad he was going to stick this one in down the field no matter what. Look at him right here. Steps and he just fires it over the top of Phil Hansen's hands. Really wonderful coverage right there by Henry Jones, but you cannot defend a pass like this. Watch O.J. McDuffie right into the chest, way down the field. That'll settle Dan Marino down a little.
26 yards worth of positive medicine for Shula and Marino. First down at the 29. Inside the 20-yard line, close to another first down.
Dick, look at this. He throws this ball. You said it right on the money. He throws it between Hansen's arms. Number 90. Watch where Marino throws the ball. Look at 90's arms up in the air. He goes between his arms. I mean, that is a great throw.
Yeah, there's no question as to who the key is to the Miami season, is there?
No, there isn't.
Well, right there, you see him throwing the ball out in the flat to Terry Kirby. Cornelius Bennett not able to get outside quick enough to stop that good first down gain.
No face mask. He hit the side of the helmet, apparently. Clark in motion on first down from the 19, and it's Kirby. Couldn't turn the corner. Gains a couple. Well, we've had some overtime action today. Here's more from Greg in New York.
Dick, 4 hours of football has finally come to an end in Cincinnati. Matt Stover's 5th field goal of the day, 28 yards out, 8.5 to play in the OT. Cleveland snaps a 3-game losing streak with a 29-26 win over the Bengals. Dick?
Well, that victory for Cleveland and Bill Belichick is important as Miami needs a win here for Don Shula.
Yeah, I'm sure the heat in Cleveland has been hot and heavy this week. Benching Vinny Testaverde and bringing in a rookie, Eric Zier.
Second down and 7 Miami. Underneath, and Myers can't hang on. Price popped with the tackle. They wanted interference on the linebacker pop.
Marino wants interference. Bruce Smith is pushed to the inside by Sims, and watch this pass. Now, is this interference? That's interference, folks. I'm going to tell you right now. He had his arms around him before the ball gets there. Here it comes again. Where's Bryce Poppy? He knocks him down. Byers gets back up. Now, look at his arms are around him. He's tackling him before the ball gets there. That should have been called.
Shula wants the call there, but you don't always get your way in this league.
3rd and 7. Reno. Ooh, McDuffie, and what a hit by Jeff Burris in his 2nd year at cornerback.
Well, you know, Burris told us yesterday that he covered McDuffie when he was at Penn State, so he knows what he's going to run. But I'll tell you, that time he popped O.J. McDuffie as soon as he caught the ball. They're going to have to settle for another field goal.
Big corner, a 204-pound corner, and it helped to save the 1st down.
Yeah, it did. Jeff Burris, he was a safety in college and a real good one. And there you see, using some of that safety ability and coming up and making a good tackle.
33-yard attempt for Stojanovic, who hit from 24 in the 1st quarter. John Kidd punters the holder, and Stojanovic drives it through. And Miami takes the lead 6-3 in what thus far has been a battle of field goals. You're watching the NFL on NBC. A field goal by Stojanovic, who now holds the record with 166 field goals, one more than Garo Yepremian. Stojanovic kicks it off with a 6-3 Miami lead, down to Jourdain at the 1. Bobble picks it up. Not a lot of heart in that return out to the 22-yard line. And while we're Aubrey Beavers and Monty Brown discussing some of those corn and wheat subsidies.
Yeah.
And meanwhile, this was the scene while we were away on a commercial. He tells Fryer, "Get away from me."
He doesn't want to hear it. But you know, they've lost 3 games in a row, and this is something you expected him to bring to the team today. Some emotion and show leadership, and he's going to go out here if he has to and win this game by himself.
Not bad numbers.
For all the pressure he's been under, very good numbers.
Kelly goes to work. Blitz. Does get it away. Blindsided by Frankie Smith, number 29. And he had a clean blind shot.
Well, if you think Jim Kelly likes to get hit in the game, he just got nailed. And he got up. He won't let Smith, 29.
Coming in from the outside right there. Nobody to blocking. A good job by Miami, having everybody, a lineman and all the other linemen, and nobody can come up and block him.
Look at him get up. He gets up right away.
Yeah, that had fumble written all over it, and just a mini-second sooner. Kelly comes back throwing, and unable to receive it is Russell Copeland, as Troy Vincent just wrestled it right out of his arms. That's 3 passes today that Copeland has been unable to pull in.
Boy, what a job. Watch Troy Vincent come up and see and just pull it out of his hands. Perfect timing when the receiver, the ball hits him, he's right there to rip it out.
That guy's finally healthy, Troy Vincent, and he can play.
He wants to be aggressive out there. He said, let me play man coverage. I can cover anybody.
He's looking for his first Pro Bowl and playing like one that deserves it. Kelly underneath to Holmes. Not enough for the 1st down. Michael Stewart and Louis Oliver. Oliver was there first. 7 yards, 3 and out for Buffalo.
See, this is the problem with this offense. When you don't have enough time to throw, you've got receivers going down the field to pick up the 12 yards that you need. You need that guy, Andre Reed, in the game. And what happens is now you got the halfback, Holmes, that sets up at 8 when you need 12, and you're only going to get 8 because they're going to let you have that.
That's a good job by the defense, Paul, dropping back to where the yard markers are, letting them catch it underneath, and then coming up and making the tackle. Excellent defense by the Dolphins.
John Kidd with check that Chris Moore with O.J. McDuffie at the other end, and McDuffie another good high kick by Moore. McDuffie breaks a couple of tackles and is wrestled down by Tim Tyndale, a rookie from Western Ontario. To the north, 53-yard punt, 8 on the return. Here comes Marino. Will he smile today? Coming up at halftime, Domino's Pizza, NFL on NBC halftime report. Greg will be joined with Mike Ditka. A little fire in the eyes of the old coach on the pregame show today. And Randy Cross is in the studio as well. They'll have all the scores and highlights from another interesting day in the NFL. 2 more overtime games. And here it's only 6-3 Miami, and the Dolphins with the ball at their own 25. first half as Kirby tries to get outside and does hit the sidelines to stop the clock. Greg Evans, an extra defensive back, first-year man from TCU, makes the stop. 2-yard gain.
Now, Phil Simms, you said at the beginning of this game that the Miami Dolphins have to run the football.
Yeah.
And the Buffalo Bills have to run the football.
Yeah.
Well, Buffalo's run it 8 times for 16 yards. Miami, what did they gain there?
2.
2? Well, they have it 12 times for 35.
Well, that was
put 2 more on there, boys, so they give us 35. Whoa.
Well, 6-3, and I think both of these teams wanted to run the ball, Paul, to protect their quarterbacks and to keep the defense off guard, but they just can't do it.
Perhaps the fastest of the Dolphins. He has 4.3 speed. Showed it here at the University of Miami and was the #1 pick of the Dolphins and traded to Arizona and then reacquired.
Well, Thomas Smith showed 4.31 speed because he was right there with him.
I tell you, it is impressive. All the years that I got a chance to play against the Buffalo Bills and have watched them on film, I've never seen them this aggressive as I have in the last few games, blitzing and playing all this man coverage. It's just such a change, and they're doing a great job with it.
Well, when you have a defensive line of linebackers like they have here, you can afford to play
can do some
man.
things behind them. That's right.
3rd and 8 with 1:47 left in this first half. Whoa, another big hit as Randall Hill made the catch, and Kurt Scholes, who has won the free safety spot, came up to make the tackle. A 10-yard gain and a first down. But remember, Miami has used all of its 3 timeouts for this half. Part of the reason Marino's in a rather ugly demeanor. To the sidelines and over the head of O.J. McDuffie.
You know, we saw the demonstration in the first quarter with Phil stepping up. And that play before this, when Bruce Smith came upfield, Richmond Webb let him go to the outside. And on that completion, all Marino did was do what you were talking about. He just stepped up, and Bruce Smith went by. Webb let him go by. Then he threw the pass.
You're right. That's why it's so important for the inside people right now. It's Jim Jeffcoat and Phil Hansen. That they must get pressure inside, at least push the pocket so he can't step up into it.
4 wides for Marino with Kirby next to him. Under pressure, steps away, and complete. Irving Fryer over the middle.
This man is absolutely amazing. Absolutely amazing.
He really is, Paul. Look what they do. They put 5 down right here so they can get Bryce Popp singled up on Billy Milner. And look at Bryce Popp. He bull rushes him again. Gets right there. Marino sidesteps, stays in there. Perfect position and still able to get it down the field.
I didn't realize Popp was so big and strong. Did you?
No, when he walked in the room, I mean, who'd we say he looked like? He looks like Dolph Lundgren.
Joe Palooka.
Yeah,
Hey, I'll tell you what,
he is big.
That's what happens when you lift weights in a chicken coop.
Yeah, those boys built themselves up on the farm. Marino on 3rd and 10. Incomplete to Gary Clark, covered by rookie Marlon Kerner, who played at Ohio State. 4th down, and Marino, that's a very unhappy guy.
One thing you can say about this Buffalo defense, these guys are in shape.
Yeah, they are. But watch here, Bryce Popp. Watch Terry Kirby. Let's enough of that. Bryce Popp is not going to get to go one-on-one with that rookie all day long. They're going to have that back, help him out a little, and hit him and knock him off balance.
We can't see the timeouts left, but all 3, I believe, are left for Buffalo. That's correct, and they've got 1:09 to try to tie this. Driving kick by Kidd to Burris. Some positive yardage out across the 20 to the 23. 49 on the punt, 8 on Burris's return. Well, it's time of the year where all the youngsters excited about Halloween, and we've got something for you adults as well. Halloween party on NBC tomorrow night. Special Monday Halloween episodes, Brotherly Love and Minor Adjustments. And be sure to check out the comedy party, 8, 7 Central on NBC's Halloween Monday. Well, the extra hour we got back, and I was really proud of you, Paul McGuire. He went through the entire set of his Encyclopedia Britannica last night in that hour to just get himself ready for a new life.
Didn't learn a thing.
You know it all, that's why.
Back goes Kelly. Oh, the pass was so offline that that Vincent couldn't intercept it. Both the receiver and the defender had overrun it.
Well, I'll tell you the way that it looked like a screen to me. The whole defensive line came through.
Everybody coming through. Look at that.
Look at Vincent. He's playing Copeland beautifully. But the whole defensive right side of the defensive line came through. Watch these guys. This looks like a screen. There's nobody blocking anybody. 3 guys are in Kelly's face, and he still gets the ball away.
Vincent with a chance for his 5th interception. That would have matched his career high in a half a season. Direct snap to Holmes and almost a miscue for Buffalo. And that's the kind of play, these last 2 plays, in fact, that Elijah Pitts might be saying, let's let this half end right now.
I think they'd be smart. Let's just run one more play and get this half over with, because that Miami defense is getting after them.
Well, the other thing, too, is they're going to get the ball back in the second half. So there's no sense in making a mistake here. I mean, you've got 3rd, and you tried 2 plays. You got nothing. Let it go. Get out of here. Regroup.
Yeah, the kickoff goes to Buffalo to start the second half. Final seconds, first half. Kelly to Cole. And Troy Vincent shows he can tackle as well. Stops him short of the first down. And that'll do it for this first half. 3 field goals. That's all the scoring. And Miami and Marino with a tenuous 6-3 lead. 6-3 it is. Now let's send you to Greg Gumbel in our NFL on NBC halftime studios in New York. Buffalo could rally and win. The Bills would take a big jump here in the AFC East.
Yeah, but what they have to do, and I think, Phil started at the beginning of the game talking about Miami had to run the football. Buffalo's going to have to run the football because Jim Kelly is not getting enough time, and he doesn't have the receivers to get downfield.
They had 6 possessions, 5 times Kelly 3 and out, and then they had the 1 drive for the field goal.
Well, everybody's always complaining about Miami's defense. Well, they're answering those questions again. Last week we talked about it. 200 yards is all they gave up to the Jets. Today in the first half, just 70 yards. They're being aggressive. They're blitzing. It's not the conservative defense that we all tend to believe that that's what they're doing.
Well, Mike Ditka said at halftime that he just felt that the Miami offense was out of sync. So the defense is playing well, even when losing. But how about the offense?
Well, of course they're a little out of sync, and any offense would be if you had Bruce Smith and Bryce Pop and Jim Jeffcoat and all those people rushing you. So it's hard to come out and play a rhythm offense against a defense that can rush the passer and has so much talent.
Let's take a look at the Coors Light halftime statistics. And verifying the fact the defense for Miami allowing only 70 total yards, 17 rushing. And Miami with more than 100 more yards than the Bills, but able, and even look at the possession time, more, so 2-1, unable to build more than a 6-3 lead, and that's part of the frustration we've seen in the face of quarterback Dan Marino.
The one thing about it, in the hitting that we've seen, and we've seen some pretty good hitting in this football game by the 2 defenses, no turnovers, and that to me is a little unusual.
Yeah, it is. When you got defenses usually playing this well, you have turnovers, Paul, because you get hit when you're not expecting it in the game, and that's what causes turnovers, breakdowns, or getting hit when you expect to have room to run, and that's not happening here today.
Buffalo will get the ball first to start this second half. Jourdain and Tyndale are deep as Stoyanovich gets it going. Jourdain, the 204-pounder from Southern Illinois, and just barely to the 20-yard line. Mike Williams, a wide receiver, with a tackle. There's the confirmation. 3 and out for Kelly, actually 4 times, and the other was able to go on an 11-play drive for the 33-yard Christie field goal.
That's a scary part, Phil. You see one drive of 11 plays, and that middle column, those 3, 3, 3, 3, you're not going to win football games doing that.
Talking to Jim last night, what they got to do, and I would think they would do in the second half, is be a little more aggressive on first down, use their play-action passes, because that's how they got to be successful and get drives going. Be good on first down.
Kelly with play action on first down, and that's exactly what they come out with. And good play by number 50, Dwight Hollier, to reach in and knock it away from Derek Holmes.
This was supposed to be a screen, Phil, and I think to Carwell Gardner. But Carwell Gardner's not going to get out. He is on the other side of the field. You see him slip in there. When he went to get out, he got knocked down at the line of scrimmage. So Kelly had to come back this side to Derek Holmes. The ball's knocked away. Excellent play by the defense again.
Yeah, for those who have been critical of Miami, they did have a bad game in New Orleans, but the Jets, and again today, they're playing very well. Little safety valve for Holmes, who, look at him. Looked like he was diving into the pool.
Yeah.
Out to the 27, 2 yards shy of a first down.
You know, when you start propelling yourself and try to get some yardage, this is when you start making mistakes and fumbling. Though Derek Holmes, he fumbled twice on Monday night, but look at him now. He knows he's got to make something. He's just trying to make something happen.
Third down, it's a long one. And it's Holmes again. Finds some running room. And the last white jersey stopped him cold. Gene Atkins, and Thurman Thomas likes what his understudy is doing.
3rd and 1, you're the defense, you're expecting run, but watch right here. Watch Carwell Gardner come into your screen, and he's going to hit the strong safety, Michael Stewart, create the hole for Derek Holmes to run through. Good blocking by Carwell Gardner.
Mean Gene Atkins at safety with a stop at the 37. Is stuffed by big Tim Bowens, the 310-pound tackle from Mississippi.
Tim Bowens just goes right down the line of scrimmage. The guard pulls, he goes with him. That's number 95 right here. He's going to go right down the line of scrimmage. Fina, number 70, just can't get him. That cutoff block can't be made. Not for where Tim Bowens is lined up.
And it's hard to cut off a 300-pounder going down the line of scrimmage like that.
2nd and 11, a screen to Holmes. And well done on that far side by 55, Chris Singleton. He played off the blockers, held his ground, and made the stop.
But you know who really made a great play? Jeff Cross. Did you see him?
What a hustler.
Number 91. He takes the offensive lineman back to the quarterback and then makes the play.
Tom Olivadotti been under a lot of fire down here, but his defense is coming out today and answering some questions, being very aggressive.
Be cheeky, says Olivadotti. 3rd and 10. Kelly complete. One of the longer throws of the day. Bill Brooks finally with a catch.
What a throw by Jim Kelly. Good pass protection, giving him plenty of time, anticipating the throw. Watch John Fina, the left tackle, right here against Marco Coleman. Gets those arms extended, stops him, and once you stop a defensive player, they are not going to get a second burst to get to the quarterback. But what's the anticipation by Kelly? Billy Brooks was not even breaking out, and he threw it out there before the defenders could make the play.
On first down, this quick offense. Steve Tasker with a reception. And Tasker, who has been a very happy man this year. He went to Northwestern, as did John Kidd, the punter for Miami. And finally, the ex-Wildcats with a chance to growl and snarl and a little crowing, too.
Yeah, they should be happy. It's pretty exciting, even as a fan, to sit there and see Northwestern at 7-1.
Keith Jackson sent me that growl and snarl and a little crowing, too. Yeah, I just thought I'd throw that in. My old buddy Keith. Down the middle and wide open is Copeland. And that's an Andre Reed type pass pattern and a first down just outside the Miami 20. 17 more for Kelly.
Well, if you want to have success, we said maybe they'll come out and throw on first down. Good play action fake. Right there, Russell Copeland coming across the middle wide open.
Russell Copeland makes that turn. It all starts again all the way back with good blocking by the offensive line. When you have that much time to throw the football, someone's got to be open.
3 catches for Copeland, who leads Buffalo. Now Holmes. And a flag down. In order for him to get around the Dolphins, John Fina had to make a tackle. Michael Stewart finally bumped him out of bounds.
Yeah, but I think old Reuben Brown got caught for holding, tackling. Number 79. Well, you know, this is the things that happens to teams that are struggling. You're on a drive, you're moving the ball, you start at your own 19-yard line, you get the ball inside their 25, and then you get a holding penalty. Here it comes.
Holding. Number 79 offense. 10-yard penalty. Repeat first down.
Well, here's what happens, really. You're going to see he's going to pull out here, and he's expecting the running back to cut inside, Paul. And when the running back doesn't do it, he's going to feel the defender. Oh, now he knows he's in trouble. Wow, reaches out there with that right hand and pulls the defender.
Brown, a rookie from the University of Pittsburgh, 304-pounder, a #1 pick by Buffalo this year. So 1st and 20, and that takes them into a longer field goal range should they not make another yard. Lights on to Joe Robbie as a quick flip to Carwell Gardner. No one covered him. Runs through a tackle and makes about 15 on the play. 13 to be exact. Brian Cox and Gene Atkins finally got him down.
Well, that time Jim Kelly got a chance to just look over the entire field.
Gardner's first catch of the season.
But look at all these guys. Watch the defensive linemen. They're all in a bunch. Now, Carwell Gardner comes out to the outside. On that play, number 72, Corey Lucci, was limping back to the line of scrimmage. But Gardner picks up about 13 on the play. Good call.
2nd down and 7. Gardner again pushing the pile inside the 15. Where it'll be 3rd down and about 2.5. Trace Armstrong, number 93, and on that tackle. And even though they are 5-2, Buffalo the 4th poorest record of scoring touchdowns inside the opponent's 20. Dallas 63%.
What a surprise.
Well, usually it comes down. Good running teams are good inside the 20, so it just shows you Buffalo is struggling running the football.
Kelly to pass on 3rd down. Hit from behind. There's the fumble. Then it's kicked forward. And no play. No play. They're calling that an incomplete pass.
You know, this may be an incomplete pass, but I'm going to tell you something. This is a great coaching point. What J.B. Brown does on this play at the end of it, don't ever do this as a young player. Now, here's the ball knocked out. They say it's an incompleted pass. Now, if the whistle hadn't been blown, that ball comes down the field. J.B. Brown comes out of the end zone and tries to pick it up. And when he tries to pick it up, the ball goes out of bounds. It would have been Miami's possession. And here's the point I'm talking about. Watch where this ball goes. It's kicked downfield by Fina. Here comes J.B. Brown. Fall on the football. Don't try to pick it up.
Ball. Buffalo's possession. He didn't have possession. A field goal of 32 yards by Christie, and the game is tied at 6-all with 8:59 left in the 3rd. Well, when we have a moment here, congratulations many of our cameramen today as we see this kickoff back from the Breeders' Cup, and sensational job yesterday. Doing double duty on the weekend as Randall Hill tries to get a sprinter start, but goes down hard just across the 25-yard line. 8:49 left in the 3rd. Buffalo and Miami. The rivalry continues. 55-year-old Donald Francis Shula. His team 4-3 after the expectations were Super Bowl enormous at the start. His team tied at 6 here in the 3rd. At the 27-yard line, Marino goes to work. Normally, as Miami indicates, they want to establish some kind of a ground game. Phil Hansen and others in on the stop for Buffalo. Gain of 3.
And Buffalo indicates you're not going to run it.
Well, that's right. That defensive line of Buffalo, you just don't see big holes because you can't move any of them enough to create a hole for the running back to come running through.
Wade Phillips, the head coach at Denver last year, released and signs on as the new defensive coordinator for Marv Levy, and he really has some people.
How about coming here and getting Bryce Pop and Bruce Smith?
2nd and 7. Marino just does get it away, but can't get it through all those arms. Incomplete to McDuffie. Ted Washington in there again. Buffalo 4 times in the Super Bowl, and a lot of their top players picked off in the free agency. 20 of them, in fact, while they acquired only 5. Look at there. Those are just some of the key losses, Paul.
Yeah, and when you look at this, you know, these guys on the key losses, these are the better players. They lost a lot of players. But on the defensive side of it, look at the 3 on the bottom that they pick up. Those are the 3 guys right there that they picked up. It's really helped this defense.
3rd and 7. Good throw, good catch by Kirby. Is it a first down? Tackled by Kurt Scholes.
I mean, here's another perfect pass under pressure, Marino to Kirby.
First down.
Watch where he throws the ball to the inside where the defender, Scholes, has no chance of making the play. That's perfect.
Well, that's what it had to be. It had to be perfect because they blitzed again. Didn't have a chance to really step up. All he could do is throw the short pass over the middle, and you get something for accuracy in this game.
Did you ever throw anything that good? Oh, I'm sorry.
Don't ask the tough questions.
That's right.
Here's Bernie Parmalee making a nice cut off the weak side and out to the 45-yard line. A gain of almost 8 before Monty Brown can make the stop.
Phil, he almost looks like he took some stuff out of Marino's page, just hopping.
Yeah, look at this right here. You're going to see him right here. Bernie going to come up. Oh, doesn't like what he sees from on the right, so he cuts back on the left. Little hop back inside, and Monty Brown makes the tackle to stop a really big gain.
Parmalee learned some things from Marino.
Yeah,
that hopping and popping.
It's contagious on that team.
Do you have the feeling in this game, Dick, the team that scores the touchdown may be the winner?
Or one big turnover could decide it. It's tied at 6. Parmalee looking for the first down yardage. Appears to have it out to the 49-yard line. Bryce Pop makes the tackle. Perfect name for a linebacker, isn't it?
Yeah, it really is. You know, and what a great acquisition to this football team. He got another, we don't know whether it's a half sack with Phil Hansen or not, but I would say it's a half sack. But that's the guy, another guy I would like to talk about just for a second is Phil Hansen. What a job this guy has done this year. Number 90 on this line. You talk about all the other guys, Washington, Smith, Pop. I mean, but this guy here has come to play.
Another farm kid from Oaks, North Dakota. Backpedaling toward the sidelines. Bruce Smith in to force Marino to fire quickly.
Well, let's watch Bruce Smith right here. You're going to see him up top right here. He's going to come in and he's complaining to everybody that he's getting held. Let's see what happens. You see him against Richmond Webb. He makes a good move and he might have a little, I'd say both hands around the left leg is a hold in this league. Right there you see Keith Byers, one of the most dependable receivers in the league. Dropping a pass, something he very seldom does.
Yeah, it's hard to catch a ball when you're looking at a defender. I mean, you got to look at the ball.
2nd and 10. Marino down the middle. Almost intercepted by Jeff Burris, intended for Irving Fryer. Ball didn't have full velocity on it again because Marino isn't able to really step forward with a big thrust.
You're right, Dick. And watch what he really has to anticipate because he knows he's getting pressure, and so he's laying these balls up soft well before the receivers make their breaks. And the defenders for Buffalo, Jeff Burris right there, are all over these receivers down the field.
Marino's last 9 passes, only 2 complete.
Jeff Burris told us yesterday, he says, Jim Jeffcoat told him, he said, you can cover him from 2 seconds. We'll get to the quarterback. And
Jeffcoat in there now. Marino a little more time and wide open is Kirby over the middle. Kirby to the 20.
Oh, boy. Oh, boy. Let me tell you now, folks, when Marino steps up in that hole and they're gone by him, he reminds me a lot of John Elway when he steps up in there. Elway, when he steps up, you know it's going to be complete. Here comes Marino.
Yeah, watch what happens here. Here's why it works. Good protection, but Terry Kirby is going to go down here right between the safeties who go wide, and there's nobody there to cover him. Watch him run past the linebacker right here. A good little stutter step, flies by, and Dan Marino throws a strike in there.
Longest play of the entire game, 31 yards. First down at the 20. Parmalee, good patient running by Parmalee, and he is in the end zone. Touchdown. Yards on the pass. Next play, a 20-yard run for the touchdown. Parmalee's 4th rushing touchdown of the season.
You know, that time Bernie Parmalee, when he got to the end zone, he just reached that ball out, Dick. That's all it has to do is cross the plane.
Try for point by Stoyanovich. 13-6 Miami.
You know, what a beautiful hole, old Phil. When this play here comes out, it's coming right at you, folks. Look at the blocking. Byers, they kick out to the outside. You don't see any blue shirts right here. I understand that's ground level. Kurt Scholes is there, but Parmalee just has to get the ball over the line. He did that.
Don Shula been pretty sour of late. This one was sweeter. Cooled off in the mist on the Buffalo sideline. Bryce Pop contemplating the first touchdown of the game as Bernie Parmalee gives Don Shula and Miami a 13-6 lead with a 20-yard run. Stoyanovich kickoff. Jourdain at the 8. And tripped up at the 25-yard line, and a flag is down. Tackled by Pat Johnson, and Aubrey Beavers for the second time today. A little push and shove with rookie Damian Covington. And they'll take that back against the Bills.
Block on a return. Number 35 receiving team. 10-yard penalty. First down.
Well, Gardner with the penalty. Shula and Miami lead by 7.
What is this? Shuffle, shuffle, shuffle. This is what kind of this? Is that the funky chicken?
With tons of interior space, comfortably contoured seating, and a great stereo.
Position of the day, either team. 10-yard line for Kelly. Oh, down he goes at the 2-yard line. Marco Coleman with Miami's first sack of the day.
Jim Kelly sat in there just a little bit too long on this play, and Marco Coleman, number 90, working on Fina. He's down on the ground. Watch this, and he just reaches out and grabs Kelly's leg. That is tremendous.
Marco Coleman's been pushing the pocket all day, all over the field. Right there, he pushes it, and what an effort going underneath 2 blockers and grabbing Kelly around the foot.
6-yard loss. Ball inside the 4. 4.5 sacks now for Coleman on the year. Incomplete. Intended for Copeland. Covered by Vincent. And Marco Coleman, inspired by his last effort, really tough.
Well, Marco Coleman's got John Fina guessing now. Not instead of going outside, let me rip inside, and he's making Jim Kelly throw the ball a split second before he wants to. That's why he can't hit the open receiver.
I think you've got to run a play here. If you get a holding penalty, folks, if you don't know it, you get a holding penalty in the end zone. That's a safety.
Vincent again denies Copeland.
If that ball would have been on target, it would have been intercepted. Because Troy Vincent had the position on Copeland. He would have intercepted and scored a touchdown.
Troy Vincent, these wide receivers, the defensive backs for Miami are just sitting on these wide receivers for Buffalo. And you're right, Paul. Troy Vincent cutting in front. Jim Kelly had to see him. That's why he threw it high.
Kind of pass where an errant pass is a good pass.
Absolutely.
Moore from his own end zone spirals it out to midfield and better. McDuffie inside the 45. Some dancing. Eludes 2 Bills and makes it to the 48-yard line. 51-yard punt, 4 on the return. Well, Miami, the last few years under Shula, disappointing second half of the season. Dolphins slides. It's some kind of a witch's hex, no matter what she's brewing. 93, they lost 5 in a row after a big 9-2 start.
Here comes Sims.
Yeah. Oh,
Started 7-2 last year, then lost 4 of the last 7. Boy, it's getting scary around here, isn't it?
yes.
Leading 13-6, midfield position. Parmalee hit by Washington. Oh, Big Ted makes another hit for negative.
Big Ted, I thought with all that weight today and this heat down here, you're going to see him inside again, just coming in, and Tim Ruddy is just not able to hold him out, throws him aside, and bam. Nice hit, nice tackle.
Bernie Parmalee saying, well, why don't we try running outside? Let's get to the outside. Washington, what an outstanding play. Just throws the center Ruddy out of the way and makes the play for a loss.
Played for Wade Phillips at Denver last year, so Wade instrumental in him being acquired as unrestricted. On second down, Parmalee. Boy, the Bills were grabbing at that football. Cornelius Bennett, one of the best at it.
You know, when you were Dickie, you were talking about Washington, and you watch the defensive play here. These guys getting back to the outside. Cornelius Bennett coming down the line of scrimmage and making the play. You were talking about Ted Washington at Denver. He was hurt most of the time. And Wade Phillips says, if there's a guy we want from Denver, coming from Denver, I want this guy here because I know he's going to be a great player.
He was the #1 pick by the 49ers 5 years ago. Big play from Marino in Miami, 3rd and long. Good protection, breaks down, still gets it away. Incomplete to Fryer at the 40. And this time it was Jim Jeffcoat, number 77. Boy, you know those numbers well, Phil.
Yeah, I know that number well, but I tell you, it's just somebody different every single play for this Buffalo front. Look at Jim Jeffcoat, just keeps pushing, keeps hustling. That's what he's all about, and makes the quarterback, Dan Marino, throw it before he's ready.
Oh, John Kidd in to punt. Jeff Burris back at his 10. Kidd's averaging over 51 a punt today. Burris lets it go, and it takes a Buffalo bounce for the touchback. It'll be the Bills at the 20 when we come back late in the 3rd. Miami in the lead. And 2 without 2 superstars, Andre Reed and Thurman Thomas, but have the big guys on defense, and they've played well enough. But trail 13-6. Kelly's longest pass today, 17 yards. And Troy Vincent has been within inches of 3 or 4 interceptions.
That's a good point, and I think Jim Kelly in this offense, they need a play-action fake, and they need to go deep to get these corners off the receivers.
No gain for rookie Derrick Holmes as Tim Bowens plugs the hole.
You know, you're talking about going deep, and you're talking, you know, you got to be able to run the ball to run a play-action play, and they haven't been able to do that. You take a look at Parmalee, faces the Buffalo Bills. If they go deep, you got to have speed to get out there. They don't have speed on the field to get there.
Well, that's why in first down you do a play action when maybe Miami is expecting to run. You're going to have to do a double move on these corners. You're right, folks. They're not scared of the speed factor.
Underneath to Lonnie Johnson, the tight end, from maybe 5. He's pushed back a couple of yards. Dwight Hollier and Michael Stewart and others.
See, the problem with Buffalo is on 3rd down situations, they've been 3rd and long most of the day. And when you're 3rd and long, all those defensive linemen are going to do is just line up on the offensive line and watch them. They're going to just push right back to the quarterback. And here comes a blitz.
Kelly, play whistle dead. In the grasp, I guess.
Oh, well, no. There is no in the grasp.
Well, if one man has been controlling another about to hit him, that can be whistled dead. That was the ruling of Howard Rowe.
Yeah. Well, Brian Cox timed the blitz very good there, but nobody has him, do they?
Down around the legs, yes. It looks like Bowens down low had him. You know, it was Coleman.
Maybe Marco Coleman again. You see Brian Cox coming through. Jeff Cross makes him step up.
Nobody has him.
Nobody
has him. Nobody puts a hand on him. Kelly's looking. What do you call it? Thank you for doing it, but what do you call it?
So in comes Chris Moore to punt. O.J. McDuffie back. Oh, he hits it as high as anyone in the league. Fair catch, McDuffie at the 40. Well, Miami has it again with a touchdown lead. 50 seconds left in the 3rd period. Tonight, the wait is over. The return to Sunday of Mad About You and Hope and Gloria with brand new episodes. It's must-see TV comedy tonight here on NBC.
I mean, you can see Kelly right there in the picture, Phil. I mean, there's nothing he can do about it. Once the whistle blows, the old inadvertent whistle.
Yeah, I don't know what happened there. I'll tell you one thing, though. All those Miami defensive linemen are going to be arguing who's supposed to get the sack right there. I was there. They'll all be arguing over that sack.
Well, since it's Halloween, we'll give it to Casper, the ghost.
There you go. That's who got it. You're right.
Byers, the fullback in motion. Kelly underneath to Byers. And well read by Cornelius Bennett. Biscuit waiting for the play. Short gain.
Jim Kelly saying, wait a minute, how could in the grass? Nobody's touching me.
Two people have to be engaged in order for me to be in the one has a hold of me, the other one bearing down on me, and the officials.
He thought it was funny, the official.
Well, you guys can be pretty amusing.
Yeah, those four-letter words are amusing sometimes. I don't know. I would have loved to heard that conversation.
Yeah.
Final seconds of the third. Second down and 8. It out complete to Parmalee, and a first down at the Buffalo 46. End of the third. We'll be back after these messages from your local station. Takes the field. Boy, he's got the power pack, doesn't
he? He's got it all.
I tell you, he's got so much back there now, he has to make 2 trips.
Yeah, he told us so. He says, hey, I'm at the point in my career. If there's a pad to protect me, I'm putting it on.
Marino with 215 yards passing through the first 3 periods. Starts first and 10 at the Buffalo 46. Parmalee cutting inside of Bryce Pop and picks up good yardage. Another first down to the 36.
You know who makes a great play? It's Ronnie Williams, number 85, the tight end. He just holds on to Pop for as long as he can. Watch 85 on 95. Blocking. Parmalee sets it up, and Williams just stays with Pop. Doesn't make a great block, but enough to enable Parmalee to get a first down.
And a good job by Keith Sims and Richmond Webb sealing off Bruce Smith and the other lineman inside to create that hole.
Parmalee was 69 yards rushing today out. Terry Kirby is in. And Kirby with a handoff from Marino. And the former Virginia star into the 33-yard line. Went up to see his brother in Game 3 of the World Series on Tuesday night. What a talented family. Wayne Kirby, outfielder with the Indians. What a wonderful World Series. What a day yesterday. Breeders' Cup, Notre Dame football, the World Series. Atlanta, congratulations, all you folks in Georgia. Your first professional championship. Of course, Georgia Tech was a collegiate football champion.
Well, it was a wonderful World Series, but the Indians were doomed from the start because Paul McGuire picked them to win.
Well,
so
that'll do it.
That'll do it.
Yeah. Ohio boy here.
2nd and 7. Kirby again. Looked as if the play was outside. Cut back inside for a couple. Hansen again makes the tackle along with Bennett.
Look at Marino. I'm going to tell you, he doesn't like to play. Remember, we were here a few weeks ago in the Colts, and they started doing this stuff and sitting on the lead and waiting and run the ball, do this, run some time off the clock. There's almost 13 minutes. There's over 13 minutes to play in this ball game. Let that guy run this football team, and you'll win.
That's right, Paul. And Don Shula has told us many times, he says, the one thing I do not want to be accused of is taking the ball out of Dan Marino's hands, but you're giving it to him just to throw it on 3rd downs. That makes it tough for any quarterback.
4 wide. McDuffie to the left to make it a trips left. Over the middle. Fryer. Like a fullback. Bowles to the 15-yard line. 17-yard play.
Well, Dan Marino told us he wanted to go back and get some quick throwing back in this offense against this man coverage and blitz. That's the perfect thing to have on. Irving Fryer takes the strike from Marino and gets a big first down.
You know, and Fryer, look at this catch. Another perfect. Burris is right there. You can't cover any better than Jeff Burris did in that play. And Irving Fryer just takes the ball out of the air. There is a timeout on the field for an injured player. And I don't know, is that Cornelius Bennett?
Was one of those trailing the play. Greg Evans made the tackle, and Marco Coleman and the defense cheering the effort of the offense. And boy, that's all Buffalo needs is another one of their Pro Bowlers to go down. Bennett, they're looking at the left leg. So we'll take a timeout here. 12:22 left in the 4th. In a Halloween mood here in Miami.
Well, those are 2 guys that don't have to buy a mask.
Oh, that's not nice.
That's true.
What are you going to give out to the kids tomorrow night, Paul?
13-6, and Marino gives it out to Kirby, and he's to the 11-yard line. First down run. Marlo Perry with a tackle. Cornelius Bennett, he was not involved in any contact on the play and might have just cramped up in all this water loss. The players on this hot Miami late day. No report, official report yet. We'll share it as soon as we receive it. Long drive for Miami just as they started the game. Chance to put it away here with a touchdown lead and driving for Terry Kirby. Wow. The 11-yard touchdown run and dive by Terry Kirby.
I was waiting for an oh my, Dick. When he went airborne, you know, there are guys, when they get that close, Phil, they know I'm going to get touchdown. And no one's going to stop me.
Yeah, we've seen that a couple times this year already from Terry Kirby, Paul. When he gets inside the 5, he goes airborne. Nobody can get him once he goes airborne.
Stoyanovich makes it 20-6. So Kirby, perhaps inspired by Parmalee, he too has his 4th touchdown of the season.
All right, here comes Kirby. Little toss. Yes, that Richard Webb gets out. They get a block downfield on Jones.
Robert Wilson a block.
Just look at that. I mean, that's a 5-yard jump. That's a 5-yard jump.
Kirby, a great all-around athlete in college, was a starting guard as well a couple years at Virginia.
Presents Gus's Guide to the Game.
Today's lesson, picking a winner. Big game today.
This is what he used to do. The long dive for the score.
Wow, you see a lot of running backs jump over like that, but usually from the 2-yard line, not from the 5-yard line, which Terry Kirby did just there.
Yeah, but Dick said he fouled. He was over the line.
Got to go back to the 5. New Olympic sport. Kickoff comes down to Jourdain. Skips to the sidelines and out of bounds at around the 22-yard line. Well, this Thursday, it's the biggest night of must-see TV this season. Stars from your favorite Thursday comedies guest star on each other's shows. Here's Paul with a play.
Well, all right, Ross from Friends breaks right to the single guy. Then Johnny makes his move to Caroline. Well, Chandler fakes a pass. Then Caroline doubles back to Friends, and Seinfeld, that's the wild card. A Night of Star Cross Comedy, NBC Thursday night. I'll be watching it, and I know every single person in Buffalo will be watching.
What a play. You could really draw him, Paul.
Thank you very much.
And again, Kelly and the Bills unable to move the ball rushing. Jeff Cross there to stop that. You see Trace Armstrong, 93, getting more action as well. Tom Olivadotti, he's been under heavy fire by a lot of the Miami fans. But the defense, Phil, you feel the defense has played well.
We've watched the film from start to finish, Dick, and I tell you, they've played pretty well all year long. The offense has been putting them in just tough positions, and that's been probably the biggest problem.
Russell Copeland finds some room over the middle, a 17-yard play and a first down to the 38. Michael Stewart, the tackler.
Well, here you see Jim Kelly, one of the few times all day he's getting protection, able to find Russell Copeland over the middle against the zone defense that breaks down against the crossing routes.
Still haven't been able to throw that deep ball that you want to see.
Well, I wish they'd just try one to get these corners to at least think about it.
Kelly batted down at the line of scrimmage. Steve Empman, the #1 pick in the entire draft by the Colts 3 years ago.
Well, they got Trace Armstrong and Empman both in the ball game, and they can change up on their ends and tackles. And look at Empman. He's in there, gets his arms up, times it perfectly. Beautiful play.
That's a nice luxury to have, to bring in some fresh legs. Trace Armstrong and Steve Empman to a defensive line that's been working hard all day.
Down the middle, incomplete to Tasker. And Buffalo is just shackled with the fact they don't have any frightening speed, do they?
No, they don't. You know, when you lose Andre Reed and you lose Thurman Thomas, the 2 biggest threats you have. And then here's Jim Kelly setting up. He's got time to throw.
Watch him. You're right, Paul. I mean, I'm sorry. Watch him right there. He knows it was one chance to finally get it down the field, and he missed the open receiver.
He knew as soon as he released it, it was too strong.
Comes Brian Cox.
51. Kelly throws as he was hit incomplete. Billy Brooks, and Kelly nailed by Cox, who came in blitzing from that left side.
Here's what happens to Jim Kelly. They're not able to pick up the blitz. Look at the defensive back from right here. Brian Cox down here. He's going to come in here. Nobody's going to be able to pick him up because, look, everybody else is blocking somebody else right through there. I think it's number 29, Frankie Smith, and really puts a hit on Jim Kelly.
Brian Cox just lays on him. That's the second big hit by Smith. He did it in the first half. He hit Kelly from the blind side. This time he came right up the middle, and Jim's hurt.
No more into punt. And hit hard at the 20-yard line. Mark Pike, who is a super special teams player, a tackle who is superb on specials.
Presenting the ultimate tire.
Full toughness of this man in his 10 years here. Don't forget those 2 years where the Houston Gamblers where he's knocked around. No wonder Paterno recruited him as a linebacker at Penn State.
He would have been a good one. Pretty good at quarterback, though.
Yeah, I think so.
To a first down out across the 30. Let's see how Kelly was injured.
Well, Brian Cox, Smith makes the hit, number 29, but watch Cox's knee when he comes in. Jim Kelly is going down, and he catches him right in the rib cage with his knee. Not intentional, folks.
But Kelly does wear rib pads. Some quarterbacks, or do they all wear them now, Phil?
I think everybody does. If you don't wear rib pads now in this NFL as a quarterback, you're crazy. And you can see Kelly's disgust on the sideline. He told us last night we cannot get in a situation where we have to throw it every down because we cannot protect and keep their defensive line off if we do.
Marino trying to use some time, stays on the ground. Parmalee has enough for the first down. Schultz makes the tackle.
Well, you know, these Pennsylvania guys learn in Pennsylvania. This was Marino in the first half of the ball game when he was a little upset because they weren't blocking. Look at this guy. No, they get that in Pennsylvania. Yeah. And then you got Kelly comes back. That's the same thing. I mean, you think when these guys speak, they don't listen? They listen.
Well, you know what? It really shows you a lot about the quarterbacks. Those two, while they're successful, it's not just about throwing the football. It's being a leader, trying to motivate, and bring your other players along when they're struggling. And both of them are trying to do that today.
And favoring that left side, Kelly, as he walks around.
Yeah.
First down, Miami, with 8.5 minutes left. Parmalee picking his way to the 35-yard line. A gain of a couple. Sam Rogers from Colorado, one of the many great players out of that program the last 5 years, makes the tackle.
Bryce Pop says he's getting held. You know, this defense. They say, well, the defense has been on a long time. So has the offense. But this defense of the Buffalo Bills, they've been out there all day.
Well, next week, Buffalo goes to Indianapolis, and it could well be a three-way tie. Indianapolis, Buffalo, and Miami. And Miami, a tough assignment as well. They go to San Diego. Kirby and Wilson. That was the combination that scored the touchdown. And it's Kirby going around the left side again. Wilson, another good block on Pop. But this one not quite so successful, and Pop down low to make the stop. Look at the remaining schedule, and for the Dolphins, look at that, only one team with a losing record. That's New England, left in their 8 games.
That is not a good sign. But the thing about it is this team is getting healthy, and Marino is healthy.
That's right. And that's why, Paul, you said earlier, that's why this game today was so important to this team because of this remaining schedule. To lose today and then have to go out and play a San Diego team, which is desperate too, would be an awful tough situation to put your team under.
And the Chargers coming off a bye week, 4-4. Third down and 7 for Marino. To Kirby. And Buffalo read it well. Jeff Burris from the corner, and Burris hasn't gotten up yet. So the fans unhappy that Marino didn't throw the ball, but it does use the clock, and with a 2-touchdown lead, those are boos mostly that are echoing from the loss a few weeks ago here against Indianapolis, where with a 3-touchdown lead in the second half, the Dolphins tried to stay on the ground, and Jim Harbaugh with some captain comeback led them to an overtime win.
Yeah, but Dick, there's nothing to fool about today with this team. The offense has done a good job of hanging in there in some tough situations, and the defense has been outstanding. If you're a fan, you got to be happy. If you're a Dolphin fan, that is.
Well, you know, and you said it before, the media, they really have. They've barbecued Oliver Dottie and Shula.
Really shocking to see Shula, who really seemed to be sacrosanct, to get that kind of treatment. And of course, part of it is the fact that a lot of folks disfavor Jimmy Johnson, and his name comes up in most every comment. Sometimes provoked by Jimmy himself.
That's right. Jimmy's not afraid to bring his name up in these situations.
Well, a good effort by Bill Brooks, the old veteran, back to return a punt. Gets it out across the 31. 15 on the return, and so does Kelly return.
There's no place on earth that I'd rather be than out in the open where it's all plain to see that the land is pure, untamed and free. There's no place that I'd rather be. So come on along and head for the mountains of bush deer. Head for the mountains, it's cold and it's smooth and it's waiting for you. Come on, head for the mountains of bush deer.
What's the latest? No news.
Satellite imagery. Aviation forecasts.
Still waiting, sir.
The high-tech training of the weather crew is critical to over 5,000 sailors on this carrier.
Any word yet?
Yes, sir.
Right now, however, their expertise is important for a different reason.
This just in. Weather for our Liberty in Honolulu will be sunny with temperatures in the 90s.
For more information about high-tech training all over the world, call 1-800-USA-NAVY.
Introducing Membership Rewards from American Express, a rewards program that makes every dollar you spend add up to a world of choices just by using the card. For a gift, something you need, the possibilities seem endless, and all of them are free. With the Membership Rewards program, you decide where to use your rewards and what works best for you. So enroll today in Membership Rewards. Call 1-800-AXP-EARN.
Next Sunday at 12:30 Eastern, an NFL on NBC doubleheader. First, two high-powered teams collide when Jeff Hostetler and the Raiders face Blake Pickens and the Bengals. Then, a black and blue battle in the Windy City. The Bears host the Pittsburgh Steelers or regional action.
The NFL on NBC, made in America, played in America.
And welcome back to Joe Robbie.
Oh, Dickie, what's this? What is that?
Yeah, I'm kind of proud. I'm the only guy with a stem. Yeah. And Lonnie Johnson with a drop, the tight end. Well, what can you say?
I don't own a yellow tie. I'm going to tell you now, I don't own a yellow tie.
Yeah, but that is really one big pumpkin your face is on, Paul.
Hey, Phil, do you smile that big? I mean, I really wonder about that.
No, my teeth are not that big. There's no gap between them either.
Mr. Ed.
That's mean.
Underneath to Brooks, and they call it a catch. How did he dig that one out from Chris Singleton? 5 yards.
Frankie Smith was there. Singleton was there. And look at this pass. Is this a catch? Bill Brooks going down. That ball is on the ground, folks.
Shielded from the linesman who had to make the call. No one overruled. 3rd down and 5. Blitz. Kelly can't find his man. And Brian Cox, and Marco Coleman. Cox came up the middle and Coleman from the outside.
Not making excuses, but without Reed and without Thurman Thomas, this team looks like offensively they're in slow motion. Yeah. Here comes Cox. The blitz is on. They're coming up. And Jim Kelly has to get rid of it. He gets hit low. He has to pull his arm away from Cox, and the ball's thrown behind the receiver.
And a bit of a skirmish after the play as 3rd and 5 comes up.
All Jim Kelly could do after that last play was just shake his head all day long. He's been under pressure.
They're going to go for it on 4th down.
4th and 5. 5 minutes and 21 seconds. Kelly to the sidelines. They will get it. Tasker out of bounds short of the sticks at the 39. Miami on downs. Troy Vincent made the play.
You see that little smile by Kelly, like, you know, you've got to get beyond the marker. I mean, the play was called. They took a chance. They had to get something going, and you don't get beyond the first down marker.
Right, Paul, that summed everything up. They can't get deep with these receivers. Jim can't get the ball deep. The Miami defenders sitting on them. Another good example. Troy Vincent on 4th and 5 plays 5 yards off the ball and just lets the receiver turn in front of him.
And they say Andre Reed, it's going to be a couple more weeks, too, before he returns, huh?
You know, you think about hamstring, but when you start tearing fibers and things up in your leg, I know I never had any of those things in my leg, fibers like that. But this guy and these speed guys, I mean, that's scary.
Well, that's what keeps your face without the wrinkles. All those fibers just kind of migrated up.
Kirby. Schultz finally gets him out of bounds at the 21.
Well, Paul, you said it earlier, and I think what has happened is this Buffalo defense has been out there all day, and they're getting tired, and now they see there's no end to this right now. And look at the Dolphin linemen making holes, blocking people out. Terry Kirby, fresh legs coming in and doing an excellent job of getting down the field.
You see Richmond Webb. He has a block on Bruce Smith. He just slips off of that, and he goes downfield to make another block because he already knows Kirby's by.
Under 5 minutes to go. Both teams have all 3 timeouts. Miami leading 20-6. Kirby again. 5 on the play.
Dick, didn't you like what Bruce Smith said yesterday when we asked him about how do you feel playing against Richmond Webb? And he says, I love playing against the guy. He is one of the best there is in the league. And when you look around the AFC East, he faces all-pro guys every week.
Yeah, we said that.
Bruce Armstrong in New England, he mentioned.
Right. Will Wolford in Indianapolis. And I mean, and the thing is, he's got to play all of them twice a year, so it's never easy for Bruce Smith when he goes out there.
But you got to like Bruce's attitude. And, you know, if I'm going to play, I want to play up against the best that's there. And these two guys, I mean, they just have an ongoing thing. They have the same number.
Webb, who wears a size 54 coat. Kirby outside, wrestled down by Marlo Perry.
Yeah, you know, talking about Richmond Webb, and we saw early in the show, Dick and Paul, remember we had that little demonstration where I was trying to show pressure on the quarterback? Let's look at it right here. You're going to see Williams and Richmond Webb double down, but Richmond Webb, I said, Richmond, let the guy come back and put pressure on me in the pocket, and we had to retake it a couple times. Even in a demonstration, he didn't want somebody to push him back and get pressure on the quarterback.
Robert Wilson lost his helmet. You see, go in for a block, and the helmet went 5 yards back. He said, I'm going to get that before I go on. 3rd and 4. Airborne again and has enough for the first down at the 10.
Well, that's 9 yards by air so far.
There, Kirby. Frequent flyer miles on this one.
I mean, it's amazing how you just have no regard for your body and just propel yourself up in the air. This game is won. I mean, they're up by 14 points. The game is won. And here's guys that just, they want to get back into a winning mode. This team has been down, you know, 3 weeks in a row. They had a good opportunity of losing in Cincinnati, and they won the football game. They had not played well. They played well today.
Trapped in the backfield, and well, and Chula, one of the first things he said to us yesterday was what bothers him most, along with all the negativism that's going on, is his team allowed 12 touchdown passes in the last 4 games. 12. None today, and Kelly wounded.
Introducing Membership Rewards from American Express, a rewards program that makes every dollar you spend add up to a world of choices just by using the card. For a gift, something you need. The possibilities seem endless, and all of them are free. With the Membership Rewards program, you decide where to use your rewards and what works best for you. So enroll today in Membership Rewards. Call 1-800-AXP-EARN.
Look at Jim Kelly. Scratch marks on both arms. His left shoulder bandaged. Yeah, there's less and less of the Super Bowl Bills.
Sounds like me when I'm walking.
Age has taken its toll. And, of course, free agency as well. and the starters who remain. But two of those, Thomas and Reed on offense, are injured. Only 4 on defense. And you have to marvel at Kelly's will and physical ability to take so much punishment.
He's trying to hold the team together until they get those other 2 superstars back. But as you can see today, it's going to be difficult for him to do that.
Parmalee up the middle to the 10-yard line. That'll bring up third. Let's see.
I think everybody's kind of happy to see number 97, Cornelius Bennett, is back in the ballgame, so it must have just been cramps.
He made the mistake of trying to follow the scoreboard here. He's been off 2 downs all day. I don't know who's running. We're down to the first timeout spent by Buffalo. 2:11 left in the 4th.
Honey, where's the remote?
Just use the remote locator, dear.
With Magnavox, you just push a button, and the exclusive remote locator beeps, telling you where it is. At Magnavox, we make technology people want.
Thanks, hon.
Smart. Very smart.
Reminder to stay tuned after our action from Joe Robbie. We'll go back to New York, and Greg, Mike, and Randy will digest the day's scores and activities, as do these players today. Bryce Pop and Buffalo will succumb to Miami, and the AFC East will become very interesting. 3 teams atop with 5 and 3 marks.
So you said something before we went to the timeout here that you wouldn't take a timeout here if you were Buffalo.
Well,
Why?
absolutely not, Paul. And maybe in this situation it's not going to hurt Buffalo, but using your timeouts is critical. There's 2:11. Why do you call a timeout to save 11 seconds? If you use it on the other side, you have a chance to save more time and up to 40 seconds.
Well, I understand that.
So, a lot of times teams get caught in this situation. They look up and say, let's call a timeout before the 2-minute warning, when it's really not that important. Try to save the most time possible, and that would be after the 2-minute warning.
And they stay on the ground to Kirby. And Kirby tackled at the 5. Brought down by David White, second-year backer from Nebraska. And there's the 2-minute timeout. 4th and goal, Miami.
Mitsubishi Motors presents Diamonds in the Rough. As a first-round draft pick, this running back looked more like a first-round bust. Now he's changed both his team and his fortune. Who is this diamond in the rough?
You and the Mitsubishi Galant. It's bound to be a positive relationship. After all, the Galant's dependable, good-looking, and it recognizes your need for space. Now's your last opportunity to lease a 95 Galant S for 0 down and $249 a month for 36 months, and only Mitsubishi adds $500 cash back. Proof you'll also be financially compatible. But hurry, this could be your last chance at happiness. The Galant from Mitsubishi, the new thinking in automobiles.
Harvey Williams may not miss Kansas City, but as a Raider, he's making defenders miss. Last season, his 983 yards rushing and 4 touchdowns were both career highs, making Harvey Williams a true diamond in the rough.
Hurry into Subway right now and get a steak and cheese made just the way you want it. Tender cuts of juicy steak, loads of melted cheese, and your choice of fresh fixins, all on fresh baked bread. Come and get it at Subway. What a sandwich!
The more reasons you have for wanting the most secure life insurance, the better the quiet company sounds. Northwestern Mutual Life.
Tonight, Mad About You is back, and Jamie can't wait to share her big secret with her mother-in-law. Then on Hope and Gloria, Bobby from Taxi
Go out with me.
pulls the rug out from under Lewis.
Now I gotta take you outside and kick the shag out of you.
All new NBC tonight.
Well, Marino may not smile, but Parmalee's had a smile on the sidelines. He and Kirby collaborating for the rushing game that total 148 yards for the Dolphins today. From the 5, they'll settle for the field goal from Stojanovic, 23 yards. His third of the day. A little frosting to make it 23-6. Well, the running game has been key as promised for Miami. Parmalee scored from 20 yards away on this play.
Well, what's important about running this football today, they protected Dan Marino. They knew he'd have a good rush, and it also protected that rookie right tackle, Billy Milner. And they needed that running game today. They showed patience, stayed with it, and they got good results before it was over.
All right, here comes Terry Kirby. But the thing about it is, notice on both these touchdown runs, Phil, they're wide. They could not run the ball up inside on Buffalo. They had to go to the outside, and it worked.
Wide and high for Kirby. He gets style points for that one. So Miami in a game, as we talked with Coach Shula, and the Miami players and coaches, they all said this is a huge mammoth. You use the adjective. This is a game that we have to win. If they go 4-4 and drop 2 games back of Buffalo, and actually 3 because Buffalo would have the advantage division record, it really would have set the ugly mood for the entire city.
Well, Dick, you said something to me that kind of opened my eyes up early right before the game. They've lost 3 games by a total of 7 points, and this is a good football team. They got everybody back today, and I think we saw the style of play that they're able to come out and use. And if they can play anywhere half like this the rest of the year, they're going to be very successful.
And Buffalo, when they get Thomas and Reed back and a couple of linemen, I mean, they've stayed alive with these injuries, and down the stretch, they've shown this defense is playoff quality.
It's a tremendous defensive football team, and they showed that today. I mean, this thing was just a couple of field goals most of this ball game, Dick. And then I said earlier in the third quarter, about midway through, I said the first one that gets a touchdown is probably going to win this football game, and that's about what happened.
You're right, Paul. The Buffalo defense just got too tired. They couldn't carry it the whole day, and about late third quarter, they tired out, and that's when Miami had the success.
Jourdain back to the 23. Todd Collins will come in, the rookie from Michigan, picked in the second round, just to show you how feeble the rushing game for Buffalo is without Reed, who helps the running game, and of course Thurman Thomas, who executes it. They had a season low on Monday night against New England, 48 yards rushing, 29 today.
Wow. Well, that'll make Tom Olivadotti, the defensive coordinator for the Dolphins, happy, because he says if you want to play good defense in this league, the first thing you do is stop the run, and the most important statistic of all is yards per rush. They did both of those good today.
Here's Todd Collins, who backed up Elvis Gerbach at Michigan when he was in his early years as a sophomore. Younger legs, and they're going to run him to the sideline. Oh, boy, Michael Stewart making sure he went out.
Well, Todd Collins, you're going to learn something, Todd. When you're going to the sideline, don't duck your shoulder like you're going to take on the defensive back. Just get out. Get as much as you can and get out of the way. I mean, Stewart, he does the right thing. Here you go running out there. You see him coming up to make the play. Get out. Don't go attacking anybody.
Oh, boy.
He's going to have the best average of any rusher today for Buffalo. 6 yards on that play. Goes downfield and through the hands of Steve Tasker.
That's pretty fast.
Minute 38 left. He set a University of Michigan record with 64% completions, did Todd Collins. Bob Greasy here today, the great Miami quarterback, and proud of his son, who had 4 touchdown passes with the Wolverines yesterday.
Yeah, it was really fun talking to him. I asked him, congratulated him, and asked him about it. And he says he gets so nervous, he's kind of glad he doesn't get a chance to go to all the games.
Former NBC team member, Bob. He's a big hero yet down here in Miami, as well he should.
And we don't have anything official on Jim Kelly as yet.
Collins just did escape the arm of the law and slides for a first down out at the 45-yard line, and was fortunate to get out of that vice.
Yeah, he was, but I'll tell you what, you're a rookie quarterback. This is really a good situation for him to come in, to get his feet wet and start learning how to play this game, and no pressure.
110, Elijah Pitts, the acting coach, looks not to use a timeout here. Collins underneath. Brooks tackled after a 2-yard gain by Frankie Smith, who has played very aggressively today. You think it's easy being a quarterback? It's a soft position. Look at the men that have missed at least 1 game due to injury at quarterback. Many of those were in the Super Bowl hunt last year. Humphreys and Marino, Steve Young. 37 seconds. Collins guns, tip, incomplete. And a flag down. That is for unnecessary roughness, hitting the receiver Copeland after the ball was well by. And Gene Atkins may have been injured in that collision with his teammate.
You know, here's a call that officials really don't make. I mean, it has to be blatant because you're looking at a ball that's tipped. And when a ball is tipped, first of all, there's no pass interference. Now, here comes a shot. Copeland, the ball is hit. Well, that's a helmet to the head.
And Atkins got the worst of it, appears.
Personal foul. Unnecessary roughness on number 28 defense. Penalized 15 yards from the line of scrimmage. First down.
I'd say that's got to be a little embarrassing, Phil. You get a personal foul, unnecessary roughness, and you're the guy that gets hurt.
You know, if you were taking someone to see their first football game, you'd be spending the rest of the night explaining that. Now, wait, let me get this again now. He got the penalty, and then they had to help him off the field.
Yeah, it's amazing.
It is looking at his left knee here, and Gene Atkins has really been a valuable addition to this Miami Dolphin defense. He's not really that big of a guy, but he is one big hitter at the safety position.
Played at Florida A&M. His mom up in Tallahassee. He has a construction company, Atkins does, and he has given $100,000 of his own money so his company can build or rebuild the church that his mom attends up in Tallahassee. Now we're getting word from the Buffalo bench that the Kelly bandage, while it looks as if there was a serious injury, it's only to ice the shoulder. That's the word we're getting now, just to ice that right shoulder, knowing that he was through for the afternoon.
Now, they said there's no specific injury to Kelly, whatever that means, but ice on his shoulder. I mean, you look away, they almost ripped his right arm off. He had bruises all over. This guy's going to be a sore person for about 4 days. Listen, when you're an old quarterback like you were.
I was never old.
You don't even pass out the candy Tuesday. You just put it all out in the front yard and help yourself.
Take it.
I mean, how long did it take? When you take, I mean, Kelly took a pounding today. How long does a guy like that take?
Really? I think he'll feel that all the way through the week, and it'll be Saturday until he starts really thinking about the next game before he gets over some of the hits he took today.
Seconds left for Todd Collins. Up on top, floats it deep, but there are only white jerseys down there. Tasker had pulled up at the 15. 26 seconds left.
You know, Mike Ditka said at halftime that he thought the Dolphins were a little out of sync offensively. Buffalo Bills have been out of sync all day.
Yeah, they have.
You know, and again, you know, it's not an excuse, folks. It's a fact of life. Here, you know, their two superstars on offense are out.
Well, they're going to be out for a couple more weeks, so they're going to have to find some ways to get some plays and some plus yardage on offense, or they're going to be in trouble.
Well, Collins has to scramble again and out of bounds after a pickup of a couple. Well, it would be, well, let's take the Dallas Cowboys. It'd be like losing Michael Irvin and Emmitt Smith for 3-4 weeks. I mean, it's not many teams can overcome. It's like that lineup. You take your number 3-4 hitter out of the middle of the lineup, then suddenly you've got guys that normally be hitting 7 and 8 playing in there.
It's like Marv Levy said about depth when you have it on the team. He says depth is great until you have to play it. So you can have some good backups, but you cannot replace guys like Thurman Thomas and Andre Reed.
Collins is the leading rusher in the game for Buffalo, and this one is batted down. Looked as if Jeff Cross got his mitts in the way. Brings up 4th and 9. Well, Dan Marino, come on, give us a smile, Dan. You're going to break that losing streak?
No, Dan's not going to smile for a couple more weeks until this team really gets rolling again.
He's already rallying, saying, okay, now we got the win back. We're back tied for first. Well, you know, you think back as we started our show today. If Buffalo wins Monday night, they come in here with a 2-game lead. They lose. Then they lose Thomas in the process. Marino comes back, and in 1 week's time with this win, things brighten considerably here in South Florida. Collins, whoa, is he hitting the head as he threw the ball, and it is incomplete in the end zone, and that's it. Final score, the Dolphins 23, the Bills 6, a 3-way tie for first in the AFC East. We'll be back with more in a moment.